And welcome to the module quiz practice here. This is from page 197 in the textbook, and it's all about module 6. Number 1, Science Club went on a 2-day field trip. The first day, the members paid $60 for transportation and $15 per ticket to the planetarium. The second day, they paid $95 for transportation plus $12 per ticket to the Geology Museum. Write an expression to represent the total cost for 2 days for the N members of the club. Okay, so we have N members. We're going to use the variable N and $60 for transportation plus $95. It's going to be, I'm going to write this on a piece of paper here. So for number 1, it's 60 plus 95, all of that times N. And then we have plus $15 per ticket and $12 per ticket. So plus 15 plus 12. And together, well, that's a 155. 155. Oh, per ticket. This goes right here with the per ticket. Sorry about that. And that's 155 plus, what, that's going to be 27. Usually we write the variable term first, so that is correct. However, usually it's written this way, 27n plus 155. And so that would be number 1. Number 2, we have h plus 9.7 equals negative 9.7. I would have to subtract 9.7 from both sides of the equal sign. And we have h is equal to, this is 14, that's 18, 19, negative 19.4. Number 3 is what? Negative 3/4 plus p equals 1/2. To solve this one, I'm going to have to add 3/4 to both sides of the equal sign. And just like here, that was 0, this is going to be 0, and p is now isolated. And 1/2 plus 3/4, well, common denominators are necessary. That's 2/4 plus 3/4. That would give me 5/4 total. Or you could, and 5/4 is totally acceptable. You could make it 1.5, but I'll just keep it at 5/4. Okay, number 4 is negative 15 equals negative 0.2k. Negative 15 equals negative 0.2k. I have to, since that's being multiplied, I have to divide by negative 0.2, the exact same number. Those cancel. Divide this side by negative 0.2, and negative divided by negative is positive. How many 0.2s fit into 15? Well, let's see, 5 0.2s fit into 1, and 5 times 15 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's 75, so it should be 75. Yeah. So divide that by that, and you get 75 equals k. Number 5 is, let's see, that is y over negative 0.3 equals 1/6. Y over negative 3 equals 1/6. To solve for y, since that's being divided by negative 3, I have to multiply both sides by negative 3. Let me rewrite this here so I have a little bit more space. I multiply this side by negative 3. That gets these to cancel. I multiply this side by negative 3. Or I could think of this as negative 3 over 1. And now I multiply 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. And 6 times 1 is 6. And y equals negative 3/6, which does simplify to 3/6 simplifies to 1/2. So that's equal to negative 1/2. Okay, number 6. Let's see what number 6 says. That is that negative 2/3 times m. So that is negative 2/3 times m equals negative 12, equals negative 12. Um, let's see. I I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to write this over here. Negative 2/3 times m equals negative 12. I'm going to multiply, so both, since I have this division by 3, I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. So multiply both sides by 3, and these would then cancel. That's the whole purpose of this. And I have negative 2m equals negative 36. Then, since that's being multiplied by negative 2, I will divide by negative 2. These will cancel, and m equals, that's going to be a positive. And 36 divided by 2, that is 18. And yeah, that's it. I'm checking my answers as I go. I have all the answers here, and I'm just checking along as I go. Okay, number 7. Oh, did I skip 5? No, I did 5. Great, number 7. That'll go up here. Number 7 is 2.4 divided by negative t over 4.5. So 2.4 equals negative t over 4.5. Just to make sure I wrote it down right. Yeah, I did. So since this is division, I will multiply. And you know what? Let's just do this all in one step. I know that that negative is smack in the middle of the problem right there, but really it can go top, middle, or bottom. If I put it on the bottom, then that would force me to do everything in one step. If I put that in the bottom, now it's going to be multiplying both sides by negative 4.5, which, really, when you see a situation like this, you could just say, hey, I got to multiply those two together. And that's what I'm going to choose to do right now. So, and when I multiply them, I'm going to end up with a negative. So I'll have t equals negative something. Now, 2.4 times 4.5, that's 20, 12, 0, 16, 8, 9, 0, 8, 10. And move the decimal, oops, move the decimal 1, 2 times. Looks like it's negative 10.80. And we don't need the 0 at the end, so negative 10.8. Number 8. A word problem. Jerry started doing sit-ups every day. First day he did 15 sit-ups. Every day after that, he did 2 more sit-ups than he had done the previous day. Today, Jerry did 33 sit-ups. Write an equation that could be used to solve it, that could be solved to find the number of days Jerry has been doing sit-ups, not counting the first day. So this is how I would start. He did 15 sit-ups. So let's start with on number 8. He did 15 sit-ups, and every day after that he did 2 more sit-ups than he had done the previous day. So after that he did 2 times more sit-ups than he did the previous day. So 2 times, is there a variable that they give us here? How about d for days? So d for days. And in the end, today he did 33 sit-ups. So he did 33. So 15 plus 2 times each day equals to today is 33 days. So then we can find how many days he's been doing the sit-ups. That's our equation. That's our answer to number 8. Okay, number 9. 2-step equations. We have 5n plus 8 equals 43. 5n plus 8 equals 43. And first I'm going to subtract 8. 5n equals it's 35, I believe. And then n equals 35 divided by 5, which is 7. Okay, number 10. We have y over 6 minus 7 equals 4. y over 6 minus 7 equals 4. And just check to make sure I wrote it down right. I would add 7 to both sides, and that is y over 6 equals, that is 11. And I would, like I saw up here, I'm just going to multiply them. I would do the same thing down here. I'm just going to see, well, I just multiply 6 times 11, and that y is going to be 66. Number 11. 11 is 8w minus 15 equals 57. 8w minus 15 equals 57. Okay, I would add 15 to both sides using inverse operations. Oh, that was a awful line that I made. 8w equals 62, I believe. And I'm going to check to make sure that I have 7 plus 5 is 12. Yeah. Oh, 72. 72. And then it's going to be w, since that's multiplication, I divide. 72 divided by 8 is 9. Number 12. I can, number 12 is, so 12 is g over 3 plus 11 equals 25. So g over 3 plus 11 equals 25, just to make sure. Yep, got it. So for this one, I would subtract 11, and I have g over 3 equals 25 minus 11. That is 14. And then once again, that whole thing strikes again where I see that structure right there. I'm just going to multiply those two. And 14 times 3. And the reason why I'm multiplying the two is because this is division, and you use inverse operations to get the answer there. 14 times 3, that is 42. Number 13. 13 is f over 5 minus 2.2 equals negative 2.5. That is, just to make sure, we have 13 right here. F over 5 minus 2.2. Okay, great. So for this one, I'm going to add 2.2, inverse operations. F over 5, F divided by 5, I should say. Now, negative 2.5 plus 2.5, that is 0. And just like I multiplied here, I'm doing that for the same reason here. I'm 5 times 0. F should be equal to 0. And that is not the case. Oh, wow. I made a little mistake here. Look at that. I should have written 2.2 right there instead of 2.5. I wasn't thinking clearly. So 2.2, and these are different signs, so I have to subtract them, and the answer is going to be negative because 2.5 is bigger than 2.2. So let's see. That's 0.3. Now, 0.3 times 5, negative 0.3 times 5. Now, 3 times 5 is 15. And so that's 15, but 0.3, so it's going to be 1.5, and negative times positive is negative 1.5. And number 14 here for module 6, this is negative, let's see, number 14 is negative 1/4 times the quantity, p plus 16, and that all equals 2. Okay, so solving for p, we have to, boy, I'm stuck here. We could distribute all this. Yeah, it's fine. Or I have two ways of doing this. I'll show you two different ways. I don't know which way you'll like better. I'm not even sure which way I like better. But in this one, I could distribute this. This is negative 1/4 p, and then negative times positive is negative, so I'll write it as minus. And then 1/4 times 16 is 4. Really, it's 16 divided by 4 is 4 equals 2. And then I will add 4. Negative 1/4 p equals 6. I'll multiply both sides by 4. And these cancel. I have negative 1p equals 24. And now I have to divide by negative 1. And those cancel. P is equal to negative 24. Okay, that's one way of doing it. Another way to do it is you could just start in with, since these two things are being multiplied, I could start trying to eliminate this right here. I could multiply by 4. So this step down here, I can do it right up here, and that would get these to cancel. This side has to be multiplied by 4. So I have negative 1 is left over here, times the quantity p plus 16 equals 16. Okay. I'm pausing for a moment because I'm making sure that everything's good. If I distribute the negative 1, then I would have negative 1p, and then this is negative 16. And I realize I've been pausing here, but I don't know why I wrote 8 right there. Look at that. Yeah, that's supposed to be a 4, isn't it? 4, and then 2 times, I think I was thinking ahead right there. And then 2 times 4 is 8. And I'm going to feel better about this. So we have multiply both sides by 4. We have this, okay, negative 1, and this is going to be negative 1 times 16 is negative 16, or that can count as minus 16, equals 8. Then I'm going to add 16 to both sides. Negative 1p equals, that's going to be 24. And then I divide both sides by negative 1. And I get p equals negative 24. So it's the same answer. I did it 2 different ways. Whichever way connects with you, you're welcome to use it. And our last one, number 15. How can you use two-step equations to represent and solve real-world problems? And my response to this is, well, this is what you could do. You could analyze the situation to determine how to model it using a two-step equation. You would then solve the equation, and then you would interpret the solution in the given situation. And that's what you got to know. Thanks for watching my take on the module quiz from module 6 in Go Math. Bye.